Hello everyone, my name is Pradeep God and today we are going to discuss about breathing and exchange of gases. This is quite important chapters. In this chapter we will discuss about how an organism perform breathing and how an organism exchange their respiratory gases to their environment. Okay, so before we are going to discuss about all the things which are present in this chapter, this is quite important to know the definition of breathing. Okay, so what are the definition of breathing? So the definition of breathing is that the process of exchange of oxygen from atmosphere with carbon dioxide which are produced during metabolic activity. This is the quite important. These carbon dioxide are produced within an organism body during metabolic activity. Suppose here is a person, okay, here is a person and around this atmosphere are present. We already know in atmosphere many of the gases are present, but there is an important gas which is called oxygen. These gas are inhaled by that person. Okay, these gas are inhaled by this person and the process of intake of oxygen is called inspiration, which is called inspiration. Okay, and within the body of an organism the carbon dioxide are always present and that carbon dioxide are released into the environment by this person. This process is called expiration. So breathing having two processes, inspiration and expiration. In the process of inspiration the organism intake their oxygen and in the process of expiration the organism release their carbon dioxide into the environment. Okay, so the question is that how carbon dioxide are produced within the body of an organism. It's very important to know. Actually there is a terms metabolic activity. Suppose this person eats some food, then that food are digested within the intestine of this person. Okay, and that digested food being absorbed and the absorbed food material being a part of cytoplasm of a cell. That process is called assimilation. When the absorbed food material being a part of cytoplasm of a cell, then glucose molecule are break down within a cell by the process of glycolysis, Krebs cycle and etc. electron transport chain or electron transport system. Okay, and the byproduct which are released by the process of glycolysis, Krebs cycle, etc. is carbon dioxide. So this carbon dioxide are reach up to the lungs of the person and by the process of exhalation that person release this carbon dioxide into the environment. Okay, so we know the carbon dioxide are produced by the metabolic activity of the person. So what are the metabolic activity? Actually there is a term, is called metabolism. So the question is that what are metabolism? Actually the sum of all chemical reaction which are occur within a body of an organism is called metabolism. All kinds of chemical reaction which are happen within the body of an organism is called metabolism. It having two parts. Okay, metabolism having two parts, anabolism and catabolism. What are the process of anabolism and catabolism? Actually anabolism is building process. In this process small molecules are joined together to form a large one molecules. Okay, while catabolism is a process in which large one molecules are break down into simple ones. Okay, like digestion, like breathing or respiration. Okay, generally breathing is called respiration, but these are the two different things. How can you prove that, sir? Breathing and respiration, these are the two different things. I can prove. Okay, so next point is very important. Breathing is commonly known as respiration. but these are the two different things. Okay, please note this one. Okay, to know the difference between breathing and respiration, it's very important to know what are the definition of respiration. Okay, because we already study about the definition of breathing. Okay, so what are the definition of respiration? So here is respiration is chemical, catabolic, oxidative, exothermic process. So we already study about catabolism, that is breakdown process. Okay, so respiration is chemical process, that is many chemicals are involved in respiration. And catabolic process, in respiration large one molecules are break down into simple one. We already know glycolysis, that means glycolysis, look at here, glycolysis. Always older one says, actually answer are hide within a question, just break it and answer comes out. Okay, glycolysis are made up of two words, glyco and lysis. What are mean by glyco? Glyco represent glucose and lysis means what? Breakdown. Okay, so the process of breakdown of glucose is called glycolysis, and this is a catabolic process which are happen in respiration, not in breathing. Okay, so next one is oxidation, oxidative process. We already know about redox reaction, oxidation and reduction. So respiration is oxidative process, that means addition of oxygen in case of respiration. Okay, and this one is exothermic process. This is again a term which are made up of two basic terms. Exo, what are mean by exo? Exo means outside. And what are mean by therm? Therm means what? Heat, heat or temperature. Okay, heat or temperature. Sir, how can you prove that respiration is exothermic process? Suppose many peoples are gathered in a room, then the temperature of that room are gradually increases, just because the all person which are present in that room are performing a common process is called respiration, and respiration is exothermic process, so heat are evolved from the body of all person, so the temperature of that room are gradually increases. Okay, so respiration is exothermic process, oxidative, that means oxygen are added, and catabolic process, that means breakdown of larger molecules into simple ones, and chemical means many chemicals are involved. So what are the basic difference between respiration and breathing? Let's make a chart, but before making a chart, difference between respiration and breathing, there is a chemical reaction, like when we take glucose C6H12O6 in presence of oxygen, 6 mole of oxygen. Okay, then many chemicals are involved to produce 6 mole of CO2 plus 6 mole of water plus and 38 mole of ATP and some heat. Okay, heat are released into the environment, and this ATP are stored within a mitochondria, and at the time of requirement, at the time of performing physiology like speaking, at the time of running, and at the time of thinking, at the time of inhalation, this energy are used by that person. Okay, and the energy are actually given by mitochondria, that's why we give a sweet name for mitochondria is called powerhouse of the cell. Okay, so this is a complete process of respiration, and now we will make a difference chart between respiration and breathing. Please note this one. So here is a chart of difference between breathing and respiration. The first difference is, in case of breathing, it is intake of fresh air, that means oxygen, and removal of foul air, that means air having lot of carbon dioxide. Okay, while when we talk about respiration, it is the oxidative process, that means having oxygen used for food breaking and to form carbon dioxide, water and energy. Okay, and the next difference is it is the physical process. Okay, but when we talk about respiration, it is biochemical process. Okay, many chemicals are involved in case of respiration, while when we talk about breathing, there is no chemical, there is no biochemical are involved in process of breathing like inhalation and exhalation. Okay, so the third point is no energy are produced. Okay, there is no energy are produced in case of breathing, while energy are used. Okay, energy are consumed in case of inspiration. Okay, inspiration is active process while expiration is passive process. What are mean by active process? Active means energy consuming process. Okay, like when we talk, this is energy consuming process. When we walk, this is energy consuming process. Okay, so energy are produced in case of respiration by the process of glycolysis, Krebs cycle, etc. We already know. Okay, so the next difference is the breathing is extracellular process. Again a terminology. Actually biology is highly coded. Okay, it is made up of lot of codes. Okay, there is a terms extra. What are mean by extra? Extra means what? Outside. Outside. And cellular means what? Cell. So breathing are actually performed out of the cell. Breathing. Okay, the process of breathing occurs outside of the cell, while respiration is intracellular. It is made up of two words. Intra means what? Inside. Inside. And cellular means what? Cell. So the respiration are actually performed inside the cell, and it having three process: glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and etc. electron transport chain. Okay, so and the next major difference is no enzymes are involved. In case of breathing, there is no enzymes required to perform breathing, but to perform the respiration, to perform glycolysis, Krebs cycle, etc., lot of enzymes are required. Okay, so these are the basic difference between breathing and respiration, but still we already called breathing is generally called respiration, but these are the two different things.